But what I like to do is, again, I think we kind of know each other, but we don't really know each other. However comfortable you are, if you just want to say, hi, I'm me, thank you very much, that's fine. But if you want to say, tell us a little more, how long you've been with CERT, or aren't you interested in CERT? A lot of you have been with us for a long time, and some of you have just started with us too, so that we kind of get to know each other and see each other in more drills and stuff too. You guys are part of the city, you're part of the family, you fall on the umbrella of the fire department, and hopefully nothing ever happens and we don't have to activate CERT, because that means something really bad's happened. But we are a family. We do appreciate all the volunteer time you spend. Hopefully it makes you feel better, but you feel better about being more prepared about your family and our community. So we do appreciate everything you do for us.
Okay, my name is Mike Struck. I've been with CERT for 2 years now. I share. I got involved back when my wife was in, and she actually got called in to work the fires. And it was a very interesting event, and it made me feel like it would be good to do something for my community. So that's why I joined. That's Mike.
Sharon Struck, I'm the Team 1 leader. I work in education at Poway High School and at Twin Peaks Middle School in student services, which is similar to counseling. And it's funny when we were talking about the active shooter, because in my job description there's a part that says you may encounter angry or hostile individuals. So that is clearly true. And then I'm also a substance abuse counselor at Aurora Behavioral Health, the psychiatric hospital. I do some other volunteer work too, but I love being in CERT. And it was amazing being activated in '07. I had the pleasure of working at the evacuation shelter before we had shelter training. And a few of us were there, and it was an amazing experience, and it kind of solidified my commitment to this team. So thank all of you.
My last name's easier to remember than my first. Last name is Bacon, and the exciting part is that I'm also a ham radio operator. I had to clarify that for a minute. First name is Jareen. I actually started with CERT in 2005 in Virginia, and it was a really big effort back then after 9/11. And so we were ramping up. I also supported the city of Arlington and worked with the Red Cross back there, and then transferred out here to California and went through the academy in January 2011 with several people in here. So we've been going strong, and it's great to be involved in the community of Poway and support that, and work with a phenomenal group of firefighters as well. So that's the best part.
We're going to zigzag.
Hi, my name is Bob Bush. 3 years with CERT. I've been a volunteer baseball coach and a lot of other things in the community, so I need to do something else when my kids are done with sports. Been here working for Solar Turbines for 24 years and in many different capacities, but prior to that, in a past life, I worked for a company that was a hazmat specialty company, and in my 4 years there I responded to at least 250 hazmat incidents, trained most of the fire departments in Southern California when they didn't have hazmat teams, and actually got to work on 10 major train derailments in Texas and Arizona and California. So I've worked with fire departments for a long time, and a train derailment's the closest thing to a war zone that I've ever been to. So.
We got your number on speed dial. We got your number on speed dial.
Yeah, I could probably bring a PowerPoint in and show you some cool pictures of things that I...
We're going to call you when the Midland Road train derails. I'm not going to know what to do.
I'll just say go uphill,
upwind, upstream, upwind.
He wants me to go out of order here. Trent, I'm team leader 4, and I've been with CERT since 2008. And I'm a hotel manager by day, No, I can't get you a deal. But
Are you sure?
well, maybe. But I just enjoy being part of the community. It started just with making sure my family and I were prepared, and now I'm a bit of a crazy prepper. So don't come to my house in an emergency if when I'll be the active defending my castle. But really, I just enjoy being part of this and doing something to give back. So that's why I do it. You ready?
Go ahead. Somebody, I'll talk later.
Okay, okay.
All right.
I'm Lynn Woolsey. I'm a graphic designer in my day job, but I helped out at the shelter during the 2007 fire, and when the opportunity came to join CERT 2 years ago, I thought that would be a really good thing to do, because after the 2 fires in 2003 and 7, you know,
Eye opener.
yeah, and there's so many other unfortunate opportunities that could occur. So anyway, I'm also a Poway community volunteer on many levels, and I just like giving back.
I'm Judy Griffith. I've been with CERT, this is going on my 2nd year. I'm also a TIP volunteer, and you had your training on TIP, that we go out and provide emotional support to people in a time of tragedy. I also, we've lived in Poway since 1975, so we've been around, watched it grow. We've been involved with sports and scouts, and we also, both Michael and I, volunteer for Fleet Week, which is a San Diego military event that takes a week, it's actually a month-long thing. So that's what we do, besides being retired.
Mike Griffith, you know, from her, what we've been doing.
Who's
But,
the better half?
huh?
Who's the better half?
She is.
Good answer.
But my name's Mike Griffith, and we both of us retired from UCSD. I worked there 33 years in charge of the electrical system at UCSD. So when I retired, I thought, if nothing else, we had a CERT team at UCSD, but at the time I didn't have time to really get involved in it. So after I retired, I thought this would be a good chance to get involved in it and maybe give back to the community.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
I'm John Peterson, been in CERT since 2007. I worked at NASCO in the safety department for the last 5 years. Furthering training in OSHA classes. Supports my work. It's fun being part of the community.
And he's a ham radio operator as well.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been to the last couple races meetings too. It's a good group up there.
I'm very shy, but I'll give it a go. All right, so you know me. I'm Wayne Zimmerman. I've been living here in Poway since '82, so we've seen a lot of changes in the city. About a little over 5 years, I guess, with CERT here. And as you probably got the idea from the discussions earlier, I'm the one that's kind of heading up the amateur radio aspect, trying to get it into the CERT program. I have been a ham, God, I hate to say this, 60 years.
Wow.
And yes, we did have spark gaps, so. I hold an amateur extra class license, which is the highest license category you can get. As you get the impression, I'm sure, ham radio is my passion.
We got a very valuable asset for us.
Yes, we do.
I'm Noreen Hennon. We've been in Poway about 5 years, and CERT in Poway for 5 years and a year or 2 in San Diego. And my husband got me into this, and we have 2 sons that are volunteer firefighters, so we can't let them know it all.
Where are they volunteer firefighters at?
San Pasquale.
Oh,
And one's in medic school.
yeah. Who's your son?
Justin Hennon?
Justin.
He's in med school right now?
Yeah.
At Palomar?
Yeah. We both teach at Palomar, so you'll be seeing him. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, he's almost done with classrooms.
Oh, so he's in class 43 then?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'll keep an eye
He's
out.
really like me. He always said, I just want to be a firefighter, I don't want to be a paramedic, but now he wants months.
Loved it.
That's what I used to say too.
So it was a complete turnaround. We got in.
Maybe med school, just for the heck of it.
Go
Keep
big.
going.
Go big.
I'm Mark Hennon. I'm assistant team leader for Team 2. We started, Noreen said, we started in San Diego in 2006, right after the Cedar Fire. In 2007, I was actually activated for the city of San Diego for the Witch Creek Fire. That was fairly short-lived because after a couple hours of being activated, we got the call that we were being evacuated our home. So I had to leave and go take care of that. What else? I have a business in Poway, so I'm always in Poway at this point, and I'm on the board of directors for the Poway Senior Center.
I'm Terry Castelli. I'm in the CERT since the first class that went through in Poway.
I was gonna say, who was the original CERT Academy? With Mike and
Sharon and I were.
There you go.
So I was really happy CERT came to Poway because in 2003, I lived in San Diego by myself. I just moved here, and I was watching this fire come through, and I was like, what can I do to help? And I felt able-bodied, and I have a good background, me from Scouts and other things, where I feel comfortable helping, but I didn't know where to help. And every place I called, they just wanted cash donations. And I wasn't really satisfied with that. So I was really excited when CERT came through. So I joined that, and then Sharon and I were activated. I think the two of us were probably the first two people at the shelter, and we didn't know what to do. I mean, we looked at each other and said, let's make some coffee.
Everybody wants
And there's two I think that day really stuck with me. One was, once things kind of got to like a steady state operation, we kind of had a good feel for things. The seniors started complaining that they're out of coffee, the coffee was cold, it was too small. and at this point, the director of the senior center came over, or the person who runs the kitchen, and she said, oh wow, that means they're doing good. Because if they're not complaining, then they're going to get worried. If the seniors are complaining, they're doing good. And then right around lunchtime, a gentleman walked into the shelter, and we had no food. We have a lot more people than we had food for, so we're really trying to piece together food. And this guy comes strolling in, and he's about to pay his $2 or whatever it is for lunch. So what's on the menu today? And then he looked around and realized all the younger people and families over there, and he didn't realize it was a shelter. So, but it was just kind of a light moment.
He thought it was a regular day.
Yeah, he just came in for lunch, Yeah, but it lightened the mood, and it was really neat. The next day, I think that afternoon, the news came and said I think we were short on blankets and cots or food or something. And the next day, I came in the morning, and the kitchen was like to the ceiling of food and blankets, and like people from Poway, people from all over the place came and brought stuff to the shelter. It was really neat. We started managing the donations. First, we had a table, and I think the first thing we got was toothbrushes. Dennis came and gave us like a box of 100 toothbrushes. And I said, "What are these for?" It didn't really click yet. Then a guy came with some paper towels or blankets, and then somebody else came with a car full to the brim of Depends, just all sorts of random items. And then we started we have to start managing this and figure out how to distribute it. And I was there probably from 5 in the morning till 10 at night. My family got evacuated that day. I went and checked out my property. And I came back the next morning, and our little donation center had moved to the auditorium and was now taking up the entire storeroom, which is a pretty big room. It's like the size of this room, and behind the auditorium at Community Park. So it's just really neat to see that the support from the community and the smiles on people's faces the next day. It really things felt more normal. So I'm looking forward to the disaster training from the Red Cross, and hopefully find a way to, there's some synergy there. I know the city down a few sites they made for strategic shelters, one's at St. Michael's, and I'm a parishioner there, so hopefully I can find some synergy coordinating between this community and that location. So, thanks.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the city has, like you said, has designated different areas where they've located large sea-tainers full of cots, blankets, just first aid materials, computers, things that they found that they needed to get started in the event this occurs. hopefully by us going through the training, will help out for when we have to, if that ever happens again.
And I also have 2 kids, a dog, and a wife, and and I'm also the board of directors for Poway American Little League. So if you have any kids playing Little League, I'll be there.
My name is Eli Hanania. It's 5 years in CERT. I'm a scientist in training. I work in Carlsbad in a company. We make viruses for vaccines and cancer gene therapy.
Wow.
I'm Russ Siebert. Been with CERT for about 2 years. Building maintenance engineer for the Postal Service for 29 years.
I'm Marge Razor, and I work at Miracosta College, and I'm the director of the Student Health Services there. So I'm in charge of mental health and medical services. And I kind of got interested because in the CERT here, because in the 2007 fire, Miracosta College was designated as a shelter for that North County area. And before the Red Cross came in, they asked me to set up the nursing part of it. So I had to get nurses scheduled until the Red Cross came on board. And of course, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I've got some training, so at least now I know. And also I was involved with the county trying to get we call the sea containers a pod. I don't know if it's the same thing, point of distribution. So so Miracosta College is designated as a point of distribution for the county, just in case there was something biohazardous or anything else. So that if you had to give large doses of any kind of drugs at any particular time, we could do that.
My name is John Caden. For 12 years, my buddies and I went down to Mexico and built homes for the poor. And when the violence got too much, we decided to look for something new. And this is what we came up with, was CERT, something to help the community. So that's what we're doing.
Awesome. My name is Dan Hober. I've been on CERT since 2012. Got a wife, 2 kids, 2 cats, a dog, outside cat. I think my story about getting here was just basically we were in Lakeside during the 2003 fires, and then we moved to Poway in 2000 and what year is that? 2007. And then we had the power outage in 2011, and during each one of those events, I was just amazed at how the whole community just got together, and I decided that I want to become kind of part of the formalization of that process. And after the power outage, I went and got my ham radio license, and because I really, as prepared as I felt I was after living through the 2003-07 fires and everything, I realized that without communication, none of it means anything. You're just an island out there. So that became very important to me, and after that, I decided to just take it and formalize it and become certain. So, insurance underrated by day. If you ever want to know what can go wrong, spend a day at my desk and I'll show you.
I'm Christy Lemire, and I guess I've been in CERT for 5 years. I couldn't remember how long I've been doing this. I moved to Poway about 20 years ago to raise my kids for the school district, and I was a volunteer at the ER, but they wanted a 1-day-a-week commitment. And at that time, and even now, I wouldn't be able to do that, so I still wanted to give back to the community. And I read about CERT, and so that's how I found out about it. I do medical insurance billing, and I also admin assist at an anatomical pathology laboratory, and I will have 3 puppies pretty soon, and my kids are gone.
My name is Bob Small, and I'm 80 years old, but I have a mind of a 16-year-old. I ride a motorcycle, I used to fly a plane, a lot of dangerous things that seem to attract me. I don't know why. They do. I was a photographer for over 50 years, a professional, and I used my Navy corpsman training I'm no EMT by any means. I've checked out the EMT wagons, and they are equipped for battle. I never had anything like that on my destroyer or my hospital ship, even. So I'm impressed with what those EMT men can do, and women. But I have a little training, so I could do first aid fairly well, and that's my story.
My name is Gloria, and I'm a retired nurse. I worked at UCSD for 33 years. And I worked with the Red Cross in doing shelters for a little bit, did TIPS, the trauma intervention, for about 8 months. I'm a caregiver now, and I have 2 dogs. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Candy Young, and I didn't plan it this way, but it'll be obvious when this was filmed. I have had a private Montessori school since 1982, so 32 years now. So I've always been interested in safety and preparedness. And I think I was in Academy number 2, so 2009, 4 or 5 years, something like that. The children at the school love it when the firefighters come and give their presentation. And they know who Miss Candy is. So it's a great training, and we really appreciate it. And they're great cooks. We've had dinner at the firehouse, and it is terrific. Don't miss it if you get the chance.
How do we sign up for that?
Yeah. You get the winning bid at the Sir Optimus fundraiser.
I can't stand up because I got a bum leg.
Yeah.
My name's Janet. I moved out here in Poway in 1981. Unfortunately, this year I had to call the fire department twice for the ambulance, but I want to say what professional, loving, considerate men they are. And they were so helpful to me. I just want to say thank you, and I'm just proud to be part of this.
Thank you.
I'm Sharon Whitson. I'm a native San Diegan. Been in Poway for 10 years. Single mom, so we do a lot of camping and stuff, me and the kids, and I ran across CERT and thought it would be great to help in the community and be more prepared for myself and my family. And I think I've been doing this about 5 years now. So enjoy the team, enjoy the group. Thanks.
I'm Mark Frankfurth. I've been a member of Poway CERT for 2 years and San Diego CERT since about 2005. My day job is an engineering manager in safety at Cymer, making big lasers in Rancho Bernardo. My motivation for getting into CERT really was Katrina and what happened there. Because when you saw that they couldn't help themselves, they couldn't help each other, that became not just a disaster, but a tragedy. And I just didn't want to see that happen around here. And I wanted to find a way to change that. And CERT seemed to be the best way to do that. I'm also a ham radio operator and look forward to integrating the radios into the CERT program for the safety they can provide and the force multiplication they give by enhancing communication. So thank you.
My name's Jerry Long, and I've been in Poway CERT for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Linda Gillerin, and I'm in CERT because I was evacuated twice, and the same idea, Katrina was a disaster, still is, and so I thought maybe I could be more independent and more helpful.
My name is Jeanette Calzada Sebastiano, and I have a long name, and I am new to the CERT team. I went through the last academy, so I am not part of any team yet. Looking forward to figuring out where I'm supposed to be.
You're recruited.
I'm recruited. Anyway, my husband works for the Department of Homeland Security, so every time there's a disaster, he gets called up, and I'm at home on the home front with the neighbors, taking care of stuff around the neighborhood. And I found out from a friend about the CERT team, and I have this free time and the opportunity to do something in my community. I am the den mom for the real life superheroes here in San Diego that patrol downtown. I kind of keep them on their right path, make sure they get first aid training, help them set up as a nonprofit, stuff like that. And there's a big piece of that younger generation that wants to get involved in the community and make a difference. And so I want to get involved in CERT because I want to have an actual outlet for my involvement in community service, and like I heard earlier, formalize my involvement, not just do stuff, because we're doing homeless handouts, we're doing First Saturday, we're doing all of these different things, working with the Rotary Club, working with all of this stuff, and I didn't really have a place where I was plugged in. So this is kind of exciting for me, and it gives me a place and an opportunity to be involved in the community that I raised my son in, and I've been here for 20 years. So it's kind of cool for me.
Ellen Cooper-Koncheski. I've been a CERT for about 2 years now. I formally started up a mother-daughter charitable program, which is fancily known as the National Charity League, but that originally started out with moms and children going out and doing things in the community with a formalized way of volunteering. Children grow up, mom needed to move on. CERT is a perfect place to stay involved in the community with people who are like-minded and want to help our community, and that's what we do. That's what I love about this area.
I'm Jeff Stone, recent CERT graduate, I guess. I am a retired U.S. Customs pilot, currently Poway Unified school bus driver, and reservist with FEMA, and I just returned from the flood disaster in Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, selfie. Okay.
Selfie. That's what they call it. I found out that term the other day. I'm like, what's a selfie?
My name is Michael Nguyen. Nguyen is a Vietnamese last name. And I joined CERT last year, and I work for the Script Research Institute in the IT department. I am a software engineer over there for 20 years. And video is my toy, so I just play with it. I have 2 kids, teenager. They are in Navy, and ROTC.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they are.
And they went to CERT
Yeah,
here
they
too.
take
They're both in the CERT class.
the CERT class last year, but they are too young. They are not allowed to join yet. So that's it. Thank you.
She's not shy having the camera. Time out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess I gotta go next. So I don't know. My name is Bashir Ahmed, and I actually come from India. I have been my origin is from India, and I have spent 30 years in the Arabian Gulf. I used to work for Shell, Royal Dutch Shell Group. I am an engineer by profession. I am a chemical engineer, but I was a petroleum engineer at Shell for 30 years. Then we came down to US 17 years back, and 9 years I have stayed in Rancho Penisquitas, and I have been working since I come as an ombudsman in Aging and Independent Services, County of San Diego, and so I signed in CERT in this year, January this year, and well, I thought it is better that I am staying for 8 years. I should give something to the community here, and although I have been working, I have 23 facilities. My biggest one is Belmont Village, 180 beds. And I enjoy working. I like to work for the community. And well, we are happy to be in US. And we hope we will be of some use to the community here in Poway. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you get a discount at Shell? Hotels and Shell. Just throw it out there. Just throw it out there, you know?
So I'll give you guys my little bio real quick. I've been with Poway Fire Department for 6.5 years. April
will be 7 years for me. When I first came here, a couple guys asked if I wanted to help out with CERT. I didn't know what CERT was. After getting into it, I decided, you know what, hey, I'll do it. I'll try teaching a class or two. It's something that I wanted to try out, getting up in front of people and talking to people. Wasn't fond of getting up and talking in front of people at first, but you know, I figure in the fire service we got to learn to do it sooner or later. So it'd be a good chance for me. And after doing it, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching people who wanted to learn how to prepare themselves. And I also, it really caught me because I admire you guys, and giving back to your community is outstanding. It's awesome. And you guys taking care of your family, and me having the opportunity to work for a community that cares about themselves so much is an extreme opportunity for me. And I'm sure Chewy can tell you the same thing. Poway's a great place. The people in Poway are great, and it's a great city to work for. So when the opportunity presented itself to help out with taking over with Chewy, I was all for it. And it's something that we hope to continue to build and give you guys everything we can, because you guys put so much into it. So we appreciate you guys, and I love doing this. And I also, on the side, teach at the college with Chewy at the paramedic program. And I have two girls and one son. So that's me.
You know who my name is, right? Chewy Ramirez. I'm a native San Diegan, born at Mercy Hospital, believe it or not. And so I grew up here in San Diego County, Ramona for the most part. So Poway was kind of like the second part of my neighborhood, if you can say that. And I got interested in the fire service through my brothers. I have two brothers that are firefighters. They're actually captains for Cal Fire in Ramona. And they got me interested in being a firefighter. So once I got started, I started as a reserve firefighter back in '91. Got my EMT license, certificate, and then went on from there. I was a reserve here in Poway for 6 years. And I finally went to paramedic school in '99. I got hired, I was lucky, because I got hired right out of that paramedic school. There was a vacancy that opened up. And so I was telling somebody earlier today that I was just finishing my internship in paramedic school. A gentleman was leaving for Orange County. And everyone in the department, because they knew me as a reserve, were saying, "Oh, you got it. No, you know, there's no, you're a shoe-in." I'm like, no. I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to go in there. I got lucky. I scored #1. I got the position. They hired 3 firefighters after me, and ever since then, I've been, it's been 13 years now, and it's been awesome. I love it. I teach at Palmer College. I teach at the Fire Academy. I teach at the paramedic program. I'm a CPR instructor. And same thing, I taught in the first class of CERT, but I wasn't the leader. Mike Geddes started out, no, it wasn't Mike?
He was
before that. Well, he oversaw a little, he was the chief, but Mike, I think, was, no? Was he? You're right, he was the program director, and then Mike took over after that. But I was one of the original instructors. And because I was already teaching at the college, they approached me and said, "Hey, do you want to be a CERT instructor?" I'm like, "I don't know what CERT is, but yeah, I'll show up." And so the curriculum started, and obviously everyone knows it started out in LA City. So we kind of did a little background search on that, and I've been teaching ever since then. And so I kind of moved up the ranks for the most part in the CERT program because I was an instructor, and then they said, "Hey, do you want to be the program director?" And I said, "Yes, but I'm kind of busy with a lot of other things." So we decided to just kind of share it. And so far it's been working out, at least for us, because we split the responsibilities. But I love teaching you guys. And I hope you see that when I do teach, because I have a passion for it. And I want you to learn and be better prepared, because that's what I want to do in my family too. So same thing with Ronnie. I do appreciate everything that you've done for the community, what you do for the community. And if you haven't been told enough, thank you very much for what you do. Your time commitment is huge. I feel like you're a part of our family, and we kind of grew up together. First Academy. I was here 7 years ago, 8 years ago. It's kind of neat the way, and there's so many different backgrounds, and you got to see hopefully everybody got to kind of see, oh, you know what, oh, he worked at UCSD or whatever, and it's kind of nice to just see everyone's background and where we come from and why we're here. We all have a passion for it, we have a reason and a goal why we're here. So I hope everyone continues to be in the CERT program. But yeah, thank you. I have a wife and 2 stepkids. I live in Chula Vista. I moved down there for my wife because she works down there, so it's easier for her to commute to work. Not so bad for me because I only drive 10 shifts a month. So I did the bullet. She drove from Ramona to Chula Vista for 5 years every day, so I said I should probably change it around a little bit. But I do love what I do. I love being a firefighter. I love being a paramedic or engineer now because I want to be on the ambulance more. But I do love my job, and again, hopefully that reflects back in the community. So thank you for everything you do. We appreciate it. Thanks.
You still haven't learned not to volunteer.
How to say no.
Moral of
They treat me well. I do.
We like to add stuff to our plates.
Yeah, my resume is getting bigger. We are testing for captain too, so it's going to be in January. So maybe someday. Bugles here.
Firefighter leaders.
Shouldn't happen.
Good.
We'll see.
So that's it. What I want to do, or we would like to do, is make it happy hour. Not happy hour. Social. I can't get out. I got my ear.
it.